underway in Washington, D.C. The opening tap is controlled to Old Dominion.
That's when Old Dominion can climb all over the offensive glass. They want to contest jump shots and then block out.
Cooper, junior from Dumfries, Virginia. Mack is the consummate combo guard. And now he has the ability to play off the ball, and you can see draining that tray, he has tremendous confidence.
Against Butler is a gamble. They are a terrific perimeter shooting team.
Looking at the resume of this Colonial Athletic Association Conference team, Old Dominion, they are very capable of playing on the big stage as Ben Finney. In fact, 7 of the 8 teams playing today have been in this building this season. So there is no problem with the arena they're in. Right now, Mack and company are seeing a very... Darius James looking down low, can't find anyone, gives it up to Finney. Cooper tips it in. Nice work on the offensive glass.
Now he's much more perimeter oriented. It's going to be a long day for Andrew Smith. If he
to the arena, really reminded him of that run they had last year to the national championships. Said it's an awfully important opportunity. He just hopes his Bulldogs play well here as they return.
One of the two to go down. Ryan Eagle and Jim Spinarkel are in Tampa. Vern and Raft are in Denver. And Kevin Holland, Reggie Miller, and Dan Bonner are out west in Tucson. Howard, who has become a... Trio Ladasi is coming to the game. And that 3-ball falls. Keon Carter.
Butler runs a lot of screen rolls in their man-to-man offense, and this team playing a lot more zone, and I think teams may start to play more zone in general, Tim.
And what a nice high-low move that was. Howard, during that run at Stanford, he was with Mike Montgomery when they made their run to the Final Four back in '98. Giannis, this young man can hit it from deep. Gets the turnover. Markel Delancey in the game, number 22. He leaves it for Cooper. Using that pitch wisely, and they're able to get the run off the bounce. Defense is really beginning to take control. Mack runs down the long rebound. Oh, what a nice look inside. Again, those two big men read each other's on the floor. That's the second dime he's dropped in the first half. Both of them to Andrew Smith. A steal by Morad.
Well, you talked about it. How many guys
against quality opposition in this tournament recently? Giannis giving it up. Bazemore finds James. Boy, that was a good read.
And somehow
security is something that these two coaches really teach. Van Zandt with a jump stop and the deuce.
Well, we talked about it with Norman.
Mack has not been able to get one to go down since the very early moments.
2 early threes, his first 2 shots knocked down, and since then, not a good look.
Van Zandt, he rattles it home. Mack again trying to negotiate into the paint, and he does so. Beautiful wraparound. Mack, it had been 16 minutes since his last field goal.
Ron, he's been more of a facilitator, Tim. He's been looking to distribute the ball. He's starting to be a little more aggressive and looking for his shot.
Nice work by Hassell after Bazemore short-armed it, and it was saved.
Able to battle as hard as he might against Hassell.
Mack pumps for 3. Isn't it amazing? He's like a quick. He's something else. They went to dinner the other night, and the team got a standing ovation as they were leaving the steakhouse. That didn't happen to his team a year ago. Hassell, little jump action right on the low line. Game clock winding down. Last shot opportunity coming for Old Dominion. Bazemore in traffic. The answer on the offensive glass by Hassell. And we come to the break. 12 lead changes. changes in this first half.
Averages over 20 free throw attempts on the year for a game. They have not gone there yet in this game, and that's the zone that's been able to keep them out.
Right away, Andrew Smith, the sophomore from Indianapolis. And Hassell telling Blaine, my bad.
There's no kidding.
Yeah, please get me back in, will you, Coach? He's over there lobbying for his minutes right now. Van Zant with the 13th lead change.
Him down from the perimeter.
Well, it looks like Hassell could be a lobbyist. He's in D.C. He did manage to get right back to the scorer's table, didn't he?
No Gucci loafers on, though, for him.
Finney counted and a foul. Played beyond his years a season ago, and now a stalwart veteran. Smith will jump hook baseline, and the iron kind, he drops it through. It's underway. Over on TBS, out in Tucson, Penn State, and Temple, and over on CBS, Clemson, and West Virginia. They have to look up at the top of your screen and you can check those scores. And hooks. 15 lead changes in this game. Hassell, again, pretty good defensive offering considering. Count it, and a foul. That's number 4 on Smith. Norred, Van Zant, Mack. Another 3-guard look, guys that can really handle it. Butler is coming to the game along with Howard, and a beautiful reversal by Howard that Old Dominion has. They've got plenty of size.
Right, Anthony showed up. We talked about them and how they figure prominently in the rebounding statistics nationally.
Norred pumps. Count it. Howard retrieves it. Gives it up to Hahn and gets it back for 3. Butler the follow.
And that has really got to be disturbing to Blaine.
Complimentary player for Butler. Matt. Howard taps it to Butler. What presence of mind by Howard.
Well, you know what? And it's, again, we talked about
from Newcastle, Indiana, huh?
Well, now you give Mack a little bit of a rest. Let's see if it goes all the way down to under the 8-minute mark.
James from downtown. Howard off the feed from Shelvin Mack. In a commercial timeout zone on the next dead ball. This is a good opportunity to get Butler out and set something up with the 2 bigs. Mack got a beautiful avenue that may have been created by Smith.
Well, and that's it.
58-52, Bulldogs by 6. Hassell. Bazemore found him on the low block. 48 and counting.
A lot of white shirts around Hassell inside.
Hassell in traffic. Nice ball fake. And he gets it to go.
Tim, he was buried on the baseline.
It's their option, obviously. One would think they're going to get the first good look and take it. And this foul by Van Zant, 4 out of 6 today. Here we go, tied. The 8th seed, the 9 seed, on True TV in D.C.
You want to make absolutely sure you get the last shot at your Butler.
10 ties, 21 lead changes. May we see another. Old Dominion on a 6-0 run.
This is a veteran move, no timeouts. They know what they want to do.
Shelvin Mack will initiate the offense. Van Zant in trouble. Smith, the tap out. Howard, the buzzer. Count it. The Butler did it again. They've got to review it.
It looked on the first blush like it was good, Tim. And what a terrific play. You want to get something going to the rim. Be aggressive. He actually fell down. Smith keeps it alive.
A tap out.
And Howard right there. And that is clearly out of his hands. That's a good basket.
Yeah, that should count. Butler in the dark uniforms, top-seeded Pitt in white. And the opening tap control to the Panthers. McGee gets the rebound. The physicality of that Pitt front line is something that both Smith and Howard will have to deal with. Both have been in foul difficulty much of this season. And you see Brown inside the painted area. Rebound. Howard trying to work pick and roll. Nice dunk, little high-low. Howard and Smith read one another so well.
Set a screen that time for Van Zandt and then just rolled right to the rim. Not good defense, not a good switch by Pitt.
Both play with a high degree of basketball intelligence, and Gibbs comes up. Howard puts it on the deck, almost turned it over. Shot clock under 10. Van Zandt launches and rattles home a deuce. That was inside the arc. Obviously, in that matchup against Richmond. One winding down. And Lancaster referee on hand for that one. Plus other games you can keep an eye on as Howard comes away.
I got tired banging inside last year. I'd like to get out there. He says, now I know why the guards like it out here so much.
Boy, did you see that pick McGee set against him, which enabled Gilbert Brown. Matt working on Brown. Howard from downtown.
Tim, that's the area where
Last year's run to the finals, it was Lucas telling me that all throughout that run, they just kept pinching themselves as they flew from region to region saying, is this really happening?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, 10 brothers and sisters, 5 boys and girls.
Yes, they are. McGee dropping that one through. Lewis, Mike took me over to meet the entire family. You talk about a fantastic bunch. From basketball country, as Sheldon Matt uses the glass.
Well, I'm sure there were plane tickets they got to buy.
Absolutely. Fertile basketball country and the fertile family, indeed. Nice work in the time as Nasir Robinson goes to work.
Game, Pitt dominating the paint inside, Butler working from the three-point line.
Alley-oop, push to go. Boy, what a pass by Mack.
Right, that's a Villanova-esque circa 85 performance so far, and a miss right there.
Wanamaker out to Robinson. Good run out by Nasir Robinson.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
Has a field goal.
2-3 zone now for Pitt.
Just playing a nylon song. Patterson off the inbound. Trayvon Woodall, the third reinforcement to come in, is heard from.
Butler lost track of where he was. He's very aggressive when he comes into the game, Tim, looking for his own number.
How many great players has Jamie Dixon had from the tri-state region, particularly New York, and Van Zandt continues to light it up. Statistical column sooner than he originally thought he might. There's Gibbs off the inbounds. When in doubt, go to Ashton Gibbs. Mid-season point by John Adams and all of NCAA's officiating crew.
And especially elbows that connect above the shoulder area. That's, I mean, so it's an automatic call for the referees.
Zach Hahn.
Granted, there haven't been many misses by Pitt, but I think that Butler has done a pretty good job of sealing off the defensive glass to this point.
Hahn. Followed by Marshall. Beautiful throwdown.
3 losses they've had, they've been out-rebounded, and we'll restate the fact that Butler out-rebounded Old Dominion in their second-round win.
Gibbs off the curl again. Every time Pittsburgh ends, I think we're guilty of giving credit for what seemingly is a smart play, and it not always is when you decide to take that time out. Whoa, it's an attack. Marshall. Penetrating the zone, and a runner off the window.
That was 2 screens against the zone. One that Howard needs to finish inside. Granted, it was with the left hand, but he had Wanamaker on his back. That is a mismatch defensively.
Brown, beautiful bounce pass. Well done to Nasir Robinson. Either team in this half.
Well, it's not Pitt 0 for 4 at the line.
Yep.
Had a couple misses earlier.
Well, the first free throw made, I should have said, is to see Gibbs putting it in.
He's missed with his left on the finish.
Pittsburgh, you smell a run with this team right now as Patterson gives it up. Gilbert Brown from downtown. Timeout Butler. A 9-0 pit run.
Brown really wants to post up Van Zandt.
Oh, the iron climb to Gilbert Brown and the senior from Harrisburg, PA.
Because of the size that Brown brings. Good recognition that time to get him the ball down low.
Panthers fan base is on their feet. Shelvin Mack once again.
Getting to the finals and he said they felt like they were really in tune with what was at stake. Tonight he walked in and said execution will be the key.
Lighting it up, and as we said, they're not the kind of team that's very comfortable down double digits. They usually control the pace of play. Mack.
I mean, he had both of the guys at the top of the zone were standing by Butler, and that's an area that Pitt has to clean up in this half.
Very rare when you look at a halftime stat sheet as Gibbs puts it in where you see Pitt with Shelvin Mack comes out of there with it.
You know, Jamie Dixon told Lewis that they were a plus rebounding, but they've had 5 offensive rebounds, only 6 second chance points.
Doesn't stop for Shelvin Mack.
Jamie Dixon's just got
19 points. 90 seconds deep here in the second half. Gilbert Brown answers for Pitt. Studio 43 at CBS in New York, the way he handled defeat. You see Wanamaker inside.
Trying to get him some touches early on to get him involved in the offense. He's missed a couple of easy jump hooks.
Robinson softly down with the left hand, but it's there to get him some.
Just got out of the 3-second call.
Wanamaker, great look down low. Beautifully done inside to Nasir Robinson. And a lot of people feeling that Duke might be on an opportunity to catch up with him.
Tim, I'm looking at Matt Howard out there in the last couple of minutes, and he looks really tired, and it was really evident on that shot from the 3 that came up short.
Their first lead since it was 4-2 with 17:53 remaining in the first half. Van Zandt off the bounce. He cans it, and we're tied.
Yeah, somebody else is going to have to step up.
Well, they need another score, does Butler, because Mack had 14 of their last 18 points. And maybe Van Zandt is the answer. Brown.
Well, he's on fire from 3, but I don't understand. He's the floor. 3 or 4 from 3.
Mack in traffic, gives it up to Howard, wide open for 3.
Yeah, much better had his legs underneath him that time.
Mack over Patterson. Shelvin Mack's attack will not stop. It's not easy to light up either one of these two teams, and both of them have been very effective from an offensive standpoint. Woodall. Smith tried to keep it alive. That one just grazed the rim. Woodall comes out of there with it. Robinson.
Good no call with the screen up top. A screen. Got an empty seat here, Tim. This is a great basketball crowd.
Howard. Not there. What work by Marshall against the tall trees. Kyle Marshall brings Butler to within 1.
And he gets a little fist pumping.
See how Wanamaker just sticks his nose in there and penetrates whether you like it or not, leading to that hoop. A little floater for Brown. It's by Howard. Shot clock nearing 10. And Brad Stevens calls him his workhorse. Let's see if he does it again. Right on cue. The workhorse ties it. Shot clock under 10. Not surprisingly, Shelvin Mack's got it. Got his man airborne. Shelvin Mack. What a performance by Mack. And he's really the kind of guard you would expect Jamie Dixon to have on his team. Howard goes reversal.
I tell you, that's a tough cover for Gary McGee.
Well, this bracket looks like a runaway for Pittsburgh. They weren't thinking about how good Butler had become when they said that. Wanamaker in traffic. And there's the putback by Nasir Robinson. That Stevens has decided from a matchup standpoint to go with him rather than Andrew Smith.
Well, but it's not a big team.
Gilbert Brown answers from downtown.
But that guy's got personalities in these guys.
How badly they want it. Wanamaker in traffic to McGee. And a foul. What a dish by Wanamaker. Get it inside and shake that Wanamaker. In the last 9 minutes, no one has led by more than 4. Mack and Howard, little two-man game. He short-armed it. Smith with the instincts to get to it. Loose ball run down by Wanamaker. Wanamaker trying to work pick and roll. Good show by Butler. The pass inside Robinson. Gibbs. That will not count. That will not count. Shot clock violation. So Butler with a chance to win it on this possession. 8.9 left. Mack will trigger in the inbounds pass. To Van Zandt. He drives. Right to Smith. He got it! Andrew Smith, the super sub. Van Zandt did it with the dribble drive again. There's a foul with .9 left. Brad Stevens can't believe it.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. You can see right now Gilbert Brown is just trying to collect himself. It's going to be 2 shots, too. They're in a double bonus.
At the free throw line. 3 for 3 at the strike tonight for the Sweet 16.
To me, that's always the important one.
No timeouts remaining for Butler. I don't know that I've ever seen a game end like this in the NCAA tournament. I've been doing this for 16 straight years. Missed it! Rebound Howard! Did we have a foul? I think we may have had a foul.
Oh, my goodness.
I think McGee fouled him.
Again?
Yes!
Well, now they're going to look and see if the foul came before the. Oh, my.
I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like this. Watch the time remaining. Well, he grabbed his arm. There's no doubt about that. But in the double bonus, so too. In 2 games, Matt Howard has had a chance to win it. He converted and purposely missed that one. Game over. That one almost went in. Did you see how close that came to going in? It would not have counted, but it almost went in. Butler is going to the Sweet 16. The Big Easy awaits.
Best free throw shooting team in Division I basketball.
And the tip controlled by Wisconsin Lenny.
Couldn't put it down, and that might have been a little bit too much dribbling for the way Butler plays offensive style. They like to pop the ball around a little bit, but Matt can break down defenses.
Can't give this guy a look. Keaton Nankerville.
Part of his game from last year where he was mostly a block-to-block kind of player, but he is still relatively foul prone, and Butler needs to keep him in the ballgame.
John Lure, pure on the jump shot, and he can stroke it from outside as well. A 38% three-point shooter at 6 feet 10 inches.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Andrew Smith. He's not used to guarding guys that far away from the basket.
Mack, step back jump shot.
Talked to assistant coach and he said, "Coach, what's it going to take for me to play here?" And he said, "Well, a couple things like this." He said, "No, Coach, I want to play here in Madison." It was actually his personality, Gus, that got him on the radar, not his play. And
Goodness, Lenny, that Jordan Taylor convinced the coaches that he was a nice guy because he's a terrific basketball player. Van Zandt with the steal.
Well, first of all, there's an example of the toughness.
Jordan Taylor, John Lure, first team All-Big Ten. First time that's happened. 2 players on the first team in Wisconsin basketball history. Nankerville, off balance, but he shot it on a line.
Has been key for this Butler Bulldog. Got off to a slow start, but this team has really found their own.
Count the basket and the foul for Mack.
Well, if I'm still Lure, I still stay down there with Marshall on. You've got 4 or 5 inches on him.
Taylor Weaving, step back jump shot. Got it.
Tell you what, that's 82%.
How about a team shooting 82%?
That's unbelievable. That's everyone focusing at the charity stripe.
Matt Howard takes a three. And there's it.
And that's the new element of his game. He's worked on it.
But Evans can't hang on.
Everything is difficult for Wisconsin facing the basket, the lower percentage shots.
Van Zandt bounce and hits.
That's nice. This kid has a steady game too, but his offensive game, Brad Stevens has found his third option to go along with Mack and Howard.
And a steal. Van Zandt throws it in front. Van Zandt up and in.
And Reggie, to kind of piggyback on that point.
We're going to throw an honorable mention probably in there to Derek Williams from Arizona. I thought he had a fantastic year for Arizona Wildcats to win the Pac-10 title as Nakenville knocks down his second three.
He's got a very nice post game when he gets it inside.
Well, if he gets there.
Well, the reason why he can't go inside is because Andrew Smith is doing a good job of checking him out top.
Jarmus, meanwhile, cuts the Butler lead to 2.
We're talking about Lure posting up, though. If you're a post-up guy and you really want it, you go down there and fight for position.
Smith. Oh,
that's nice.
Left
that's nice. And then punish Lure at the other end.
3. Now Lure spinning, stripped, and turnover number 5. Shelvin Mack the other way, hands it off. Stegall.
Well, that's Billy Keller as well.
Ball. Yeah, Billy Keller. I mean, you could go down the list of outstanding shooters from the state of Indiana.
Taylor spinning on Van Zandt, leans in, uses his strength.
That was nice.
Well, that's one thing. You post up Van Zandt, and he can post up Norred. Use that body, that size.
Taylor, a very patient offensive player. Wow, inside, beautiful jam.
Coming into 11 straight games coming into this game, and the last 4 tournament games that they played, including the national championship last year, have been decided by 2 points or less, so they know how to win basketball games.
Jarmus with another jump shot.
Wisconsin Badgers get going and get loose from that three-point line. Excellent three-point shooting team.
Inside the rebound, and stick back goes to Kyle Marshall.
Marshall has been huge off the...
Guarded by Jarmus, giving him 6 feet.
And again, it comes down to intensity. Butler just knows how to rev it up in this kind of setting, it seems.
Howard, big time.
I love the brush screens that the guard...
But I think that was an unfair answer in respect to the fact that we've been watching his guys in 50-50 balls. Butler's beating them. They've beaten him off the bounce just then. And it just seems from this perspective.
35-24.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm encouraged by that first play right there. John Lure in the post.
Smith misses the first attempt and gets the second. Andrew Smith, senior from Tampa, Florida. 9 points in the first half. Set the tone early. Marshall curl, gets there. Jumper goes down.
And see, those are the kinds of shots we're talking about. Look at Howard pushing Lure right off the lane. And Lure's allowing that to happen. You got to sit down, lower your center of gravity, and get
just like that.
Finally, using the clock as well.
So unselfish, this Butler basketball squad. Van Zandt, Howard a 3.
Oh.
But I know Butler, and I know Duke. I didn't know Arizona. That's what shocks me.
That's a good one.
Back door.
Oh, look at that.
Andrew Smith. 47-27. Butler. Bulldogs are 10 minutes and 40 seconds away from advancing to the Elite Eight, and they have scored. Taylor, back door, and he gets a bucket.
Well, that's one way to get.
Can you do, Reggie, to get back if you're Wisconsin?
Well, you can do what you just did on the previous play. That was a nice little alley-oop to Jordan Taylor. Now that's 5 quick points here.
Howard in the post now. Backing up on Lure, drop step off the glass, got it.
He just bogarted his way in there. Use that shoulder and that.
Second round matchup. So he stressed it in that game, and already 34-28 rebounding margin in this game.
Bruzewicz strong to the basket. Bruzewicz is going to be a nice player.
Well, the sad thing about it is Lure only has 1 more point.
Knocked away, stolen Jarmus to Gosser. And he lays it in. 2:15 to go. Timeout.
Bounces go your way. And the flip side of it is Butler needs to get back to the way they started this game, aggressively going inside the paint.
Oh, a steal, Jarmus! Matt blocked! Jarmus!
You got to play to win, and Butler's not doing that. They want that clock to run out instead of
Taylor
taking
for three. Got it! Whoa! Wisconsin right back in it.
Butler's lost its aggressiveness.
9 seconds to go. A minute remaining. Van Zandt hands it off. Mack looks at the clock. Step back. 16-footer.
Oh, my goodness.
Ice water.
And Van Zandt gets the second. 7-point game. Taylor takes his time picking it up. He'll pick it up in the front court. Badgers got to hurry. Straightaway three. Got it! Woo! Butler 25-9.
You try for one steal on the double team. If you don't get it, you got to extend. And by fouling, just like that. Now you got to extend the game.
It's catching the ball, as we call in the coffin corners. You never want to have the ball go into the corners.
Particularly the one under the basket that was intended for Matt Howard.
Mack missing the second. Howard offensive rebound. That's the play of the game for Butler.
And how he got past John Lure on that particular miss is beyond me, because he beat him there.
Gets both free throws. 59-52. 18 points for Howard. Taylor. And throws it out of bounds.
It allows the defender to shoot the gap.
Jarmus. Taylor takes the three. Off the back rim. Gets the rebound. Inside. Gosser lays it up. 59-54. 5.3 to go. And Howard goes up. He'll wait to get fouled, and Lure fouls him with 3.2 seconds left.
19-17. Macklin. Young.
He is just a wonderful lunch pail type player. 61-54 the final. The Butler Bulldogs do it again. Upsetting Wisconsin. Butler, Florida for a trip to the Final Four, and we're underway.
Was up in man-to-man. Trying to get some movement. They invert their bigs.
Boynton had 3 points at halftime, exploded in the second half. Tyus was the man for this Gator team, and he hits his first shot points in the first half. He has it right now.
Very important in this first half. The Butler get off to a good start. They play much better when they're ahead. They don't have the type of personalities. Mack knocks down
The shot on the baseline unimpeded and gave it up to Parsons for more difficult.
Stigall. Long rebound, Van Zandt. Mack rising fire. And hits. Shelvin Mack, folks.
in the third round when he started with those 8 3-pointers.
He had 30 points in that game. Inside, Macklin, jump hook. And that's what you like to see from your bigs.
Like Brad Stevens going to go to his bench early, bringing Ronald Norred. Remember, Norred started in the title game for this Butler Bulldogs last season. As Mack is on fire here. Now you see how small Butler is with Matt Howard and Stigall going to the bench. You bring in freshman Kyle Marshall as well as Ronald Norred as Macklin gets his second bucket to go. Very dangerous when Parsons gets the rebound. He's the one that can go length to length.
Macklin, clear space, cross the lane again, and it goes down. So obviously Macklin feels up by Van Zandt.
Yeah, Parsons had a mismatch with Van Zandt guarding him. Parsons at 6'8", 6'9", several inches, but he didn't go hard.
Baseline Marshall with first lane with the left hand, and it goes down +1.
By Florida. Want to make a statement.
Young, cross the lane. Macklin grabbed it, kicked it out. Parsons, downtown. Wow. Macklin really wants the basketball. He's got Marshall on his back now. They give it to the big fella. And he wants to wave Wilbekin away. Another jump hook. No.
Coaches in America. That's what I like to hear. You know, they said that Billy the Kid was have that same title. Both of these guys understand their teams, their systems, and they get it done.
Meanwhile, Tyus at the buzzer and doing a similar job against Pitt with the game-winning free throw. Parsons off the dribble. Second time he short-armed it, gets his own rebound and sticks it back in.
Off his feet to get that offensive rebound.
Already you can just tell the size difference is affecting Butler.
Howard forced it up. Wow. And somehow got that one to fall. Transition defense a key according to the Butler coaching staff.
Well, you've got to get back because of the shooters of Florida.
Macklin spinning now. He just went right through Butcher. Here comes Parsons in the corner. Walker came up way short on his last jump shot from this area. Macklin, he's dominated right here again, and it's pure.
No answer. Got to have some help coming from underneath. Make him give up the ball and get yourself another chance to defend. But when he gets the ball down low inside, there's no answer.
And beautiful jump shot, Zach Hahn, who hit the deep three. Mack, skip past Hahn. Van Zandt penetrating. The floater is good. He's a slicer. Van Zandt, though, very quick player. Maybe the closest. Howard hits the deck. Almost had it taken away. Has it taken away. Boynton to the basket.
On Howard, they need another scoring option.
Hahn pulls it back. Inside Howard. But Hahn rises and hits. That's a guy. He can really stroke the basketball when he gets a clean look.
Made him run in the hallway to make sure he was okay to put weight on it. Obviously back in the game.
Now Mack with the ball right now. Howard, back door. Nice two-hand jam. Marshall. They throw it in the backcourt. Wilbekin guarded by Norrid. Macklin wants it again on the opposite box. Drop step, right hand again.
Over that left shoulder, but on the opposite.
Rejected that time by Smith. Tyus gets it though. Forced it up, rejected by Smith again. Great job by Andrew Smith. Mack a three. And hits. Game clock at 12 for Van Zandt. Hahn wide open. Marshall rebound and step back. Walker, three-quarter court. And that's the end of the first half.
Well, get the ball in the basket. Doesn't even look like he's using his legs. It looks like he's using all arms to shoot the basketball.
Howard, again, this time deep in the corner, and it's pure.
That's one way to slow Vernon Macklin down.
Boynton, Walker. Now Walker off the dribble, wraps it around. Tyus, short. Oh! Macklin again. Offensive rebound and stick back. Van Zandt.
Segal just has not given Butler anything offensively. If you're Brad Stevens, you might have to. There's Shelvin Mack again.
What a play by Mack. Lost it. And this pace, who does it favor?
Well, in a slow down half court, I'm going to go with Butler because you don't want to keep this game close. The way Butler's been winning these ball games in this tournament.
Game tied at 37. Parsons finds Irving Walker inside Macklin again. And a jump hook goes down.
Why not?
Van Zandt, Howard, Mack, and Andrew Smith on the court for Butler.
Florida with that full court pressure, looking to speed this game up because it works to their favor as Van Zandt gets the roll.
Beautiful.
Which is where you would expect them to be, try to stretch the defense, but as long as they've got the inside game working, eventually they'll get some open shots and eventually knock them down.
Inside! Tyus! Woo! The Florida Gators, 16 of 35 from the field, 46%, 1 of 6 from the three-point line. Parsons again! Tyus! Timeout Butler.
Freeze in that game against BYU.
Macklin on the bench, and he's been their leader with 21 points. But let's see who can do it now. Penetrating, finds to shoot. Howard, deep jump shot. And that's not the shot you want.
But that's the rebounding you want if you're Florida. Little guys getting involved on the long shots.
Boynton starting to heat up now as they wear down Butler. Walker turns the corner. Tyus driving. And it's offense of this Butler team.
There's no question about it. They've gone from man to zone that looks like man and vice versa.
So Florida picks up their 17th foul, 8:51 to play. 1 and 1. Somehow that ball is tipped up and in. Baseline, Tyus. Oh, he gets the bounce.
Disguise, do whatever you can do to slow down and
Nice block there by Tyus.
confuse Butler.
No look pass inside Matt Howard. Great job. 53-46. The winner of this game advancing to the Final Four. Mac, the kick. And that one goes down. Hopkins off the bench. Where'd this kid come from?
Attack. You got to attack the big on that.
Hands it off. Hopkins almost turned it over. He did. Boykins tracks it down and lays it in. Well, he's a freshman. A lot of pressure coming in off the bench. Mack crosses over. Van Sant, a three. And the roll. But can they hold on is the question. Parsons short again. Rebounded by Mack. Mack's going to penetrate. He's got Walker. Oh, the Euro step it goes. He just went right around him, Reggie.
That bad shot by Parsons was the first pass leading to Butler's fast break. It's a cautionary tale. You can't afford bad shots.
Mack changing gears. And we're tied at 57. 3 minutes to play.
By Tyus.
Now Boynton double team. 2 minutes to go. Florida up. Macklin again.
Why didn't they foul?
Macklin with 24. Mack, pick and roll. He's got Macklin on him. He backs him up. Crosses him over to the bucket. And foul.
Side of that, as Mack had the ball at the top, I'm surprised if he gets his hands on the ball.
Second free throw for Mack is good. He's been a clutch shooter all season, as well as Walker, 8 to shoot. Walker crosses over, can't get there, leaves in, off the heel, and the rebound to Mack, under a minute to play. He's got a cut, it looks like on top of his left eye. He'll serve as the inbounder. 9 on the shot clock. Howard to the basket. No! And Reggie, you said get the ball.
Is that Matt Howard is a foul magnet.
At the line for the tie.
And the reason he's a foul magnet, when he goes to the basket, he's got arms flying, legs flying. Somebody's going to make contact.
Now Howard, game tied at 60. For the lead. Oh, he missed it. 28 seconds to go. Billy Donovan has a timeout. He's got to take his time. Irving Walker, the Brooklyn-born point guard, who's been incredible. Getting to the basket, 10 to shoot. 7 to shoot.
It's going to be all Walker.
5. Walker lets it go. And we're heading for overtime. Mack, cross court. Noren, block. Marshall dumps it. Howard, reverse layup, and it goes.
Marshall's been fantastic on the offensive glass.
And Matt Howard.
Remember,
Macklin has 4 fouls. Inside, rebound, Marshall again. Look at him crash. The offensive glass. Walker. A lot of dribbling.
Somebody's open if he's being double teamed. Marshall and Nord.
Kicks it out. Boynton for 3. And we're tied at 67.
Well, that's what that team is all about. Remember, 8-1 in their last 9 tournament games. This team knows how to win in this environment.
Walker, 3. Baby! Florida, 70 to 69. 1:32 to play in OT.
And Florida's won 13 of their last 15. I think they know how to win, too.
Now Mack up top. Answers.
This is an old-fashioned shootout.
So Walker at the line, a 78% shooter.
Yes, sir.
And he gets a second.
Now, so the pick and pop, pick and roll is out of the question.
Norred to Mack. Pump fake downtown. A brick. Rebounded by the Gators. Shot clock turned off. Billy Donovan's got a timeout and he burns it here.
Miss, you get a chance to foul or offensive rebound.
Well, that's an awful lot of trust in Irving Walker. He's 1 of 9 from the field today.
Here's Walker, turns the corner, hands off, Boynton to 3. Tipped around. Tyus. Matt Howard grabs it. A scramble, and the arrow favors Butler.
1 steal and a foul. You got to extend this ball game.
They throw it. Matt Howard, keep away now, and a foul.
Because he didn't get the ball up in the act of shooting until after he was fouled. Pretty simple.
Good. Of this Butler Bulldog squad. Florida out of timeouts. Second free throw good. 74-71. Gators need a 3.
I think the clock started before Walker touched the basketball. Do you, if you're Billy Donovan, or excuse me, if you're Brad Stevens, do you foul?
Here we go. Walker lets the 3 go. No! Parsons. Get it on. Butler. Boynton. The Bulldogs do it again. Butler down by as many as 11. Coming back, and they're headed to Houston.
The home uniforms based on the better seed. They don't get to wear the white uniform very often in the tournament. Butler.
I really think it's important for Butler to be in attack mode offensively, Jim. Because of the pressure that VCU applied, you have to attack that pressure. But you like the quality of the shots, Jim.
They've had 4 cracks at it. Haven't made a 1 so far. Down low, Mack. Great passing by the Bulldogs.
The pace and the tempo went VCU's way, so you have to attack, but you got to do it judiciously.
And you've got to make sure you get transition defense at the other end. As you look at Burgess, who's been terrific all tournament long.
And he hits that one for their first point.
You got to finish those opportunities. Well executed by Stegall. And VCU wants to score, apply defensive pressure, and then make the pace really fast.
Screen with the 3, and the Rams have hit 2 from the outside the last 2 trips.
And this
forcing that second turnover, that helter-skelter style it forces, and Butler has fallen to it so far. Another shot from the corner, and it's another 3 in a row this time. Burgess with another one.
The intense pressure on you, both ends of the floor. Defensively, they can stay energized and aggressive, and offensively, they've got the pedal to the metal at all times.
That is Skeen scoring from the inside of North Carolina. And that's 11 unanswered, and they almost force another turnover. Van Zandt gets it up ahead. Howard with a 3, and no one. Well, there's Marshall on the follow, and it goes, even though it was partially deflected by Burgess.
It's a natural question, considering the career Reggie had at UNLV and then in the NBA.
Again in the corner, it's open. It's Burgess, and man, does he have the hot hand. He's got 9. He's at 3. So looking for an offense, someone to take it out here. Van Zandt, no.
Look at Marshall work that glass.
No call. Smith almost lands on his teammate, then puts it up with the left hand. He threatened to go back outside with it. Not this time for Burgess. On the floor and picked up by Hahn. Able to get it out to Norad for the numbers. On the wing. Van Zandt thought about it. May have shuffled the feet. Comes up short. Tapped up and in by Marshall and a foul. They got 9. They got 8 of the 9 children here, so they're spread out on the row.
You mean, is he still on the bench?
Yeah.
Does that surprise you? Skeen gets the left-handed jump hook to go, and as we speak,
Holding his position and getting a hand on that shot attempt.
Feed the block and Beal. A nice move.
Excellent work. You got deep post.
sixth team foul on the Rams. That's Mack. And he's back on the board. He had 5 quick ones at the start.
Crazy game. And he's the guy who can break down this VCU defense when there's nothing else there.
Van Zandt got a screen really by Howard.
Excellent decision there, Jim. And the job that time by Butler in defending the inbounds. Last time, Sheldon Mack picked up a foul. Tough matchup here. Norred being...
Yep, Skeen had the size all along.
How about the patience, though?
Quite a turnaround. Horizon League regular season. Horizon League tournament champion.
And Jim, when I saw them win the Horizon League tournament championship, the Skeen goes to work. Boy, he's got all the tricks down low.
Dixon steps into the paint and back to the rim. That is Howard. Over the top pass to Mack. Mack takes the three and nails it. Sheldon Mack.
We talked about him being in Butler, as you said earlier, Steve, controlling pace here, forcing VCU to play in the half court, and then also VCU not making baskets, so they can't apply full court pressure. Good finish that time by Haley.
Haley inside. Yep.
He's a freshman. He plays those senior day minutes, we call them. You know, it gets us 3-4 minutes, and then they take him out. But anything they can get offensively is huge.
No look pass. Van Zandt set it up. And he found sneaking in on the baseline, Marshall. And Howard, meanwhile, takes it in.
4 in the half court.
Little switch off. Howard, well, he backed off, leaving Rodriguez open. Off the floor, it's Nixon, pinned underneath. Oh, how did he squeeze that one through?
He just shoehorned along that baseline.
Driving it in, dishing it out. Stegall from the corner. Got the steal, can't make the three. Howard tips it over where he can retrieve it and put it back up and in.
Big time work
to keep the possession going for VCU.
Going back to what you guys talked about, VCU 3-9 this season when down at halftime.
Field puts it up off the glass over Howard.
Good start.
Interesting, and his mother Myla is an elementary school principal. Look at VCU keep the possession going. Mack, by the way, picked up his second foul a moment ago. Redick on the inside, and this is a good start for the Rams, the first 5 of the half.
Attempts per game in this tournament, but if you miss threes against VCU, they're gonna run back at you the other way.
Redick hits the shot, and VCU takes the lead by 1.
John Thompson would love for it to happen.
Howard gets the first basket of the half for Butler.
May be called on for big minutes the rest of the way.
Wild shot put up by Marshall after Burgess' first foul. And back outside, Skeen with the three. Yes!
Joey Rodriguez. That's all him.
3 times, whatever it takes.
Norred.
Now when Norred can do that, he can run your team and he gets loose ball.
On with a three, and he's got it. The sharpshooter.
Important for Butler because the Gators had an early 10-point lead. Hans' 2 threes kind of kept them in it in that first half.
Yeah, he's like it. Yeah, there's Skeen doing work inside and drew the foul too, Jim.
You could see that coming.
Yep.
He had Howard behind him. 1 for 2 in a row. He's got it. Zach Hahn. Here's Mack, driving in and blocked by Burgess. Rodriguez bounces in, and Mazza puts it up for the lead, back to the Rams.
Zach Hahn was so fouling.
Mack has been quiet this half so far.
Hahn drives in, goes the other side. He's got 8 points in the last minute.
Maybe.
And somehow it's stood up there for a long time.
Boy, there have been a couple like that, Jim, for VCU this half. The tip in by Beal that didn't go, and that one.
Mack, he's on the board with a three.
He's always the guy who breaks with their defensive rotations and how their physical play manifests itself.
You're exactly right, Steve. Zone defense here by VCU. Got to tag him, though.
Mack way outside. He bangs it home again.
You have to tag him. He has in the gym range, guys. When he's in the building, he's in shooting range.
Stolen away by the Bulldogs.
And he'll pull up here if they don't tag him.
He's going to take it to the hole. Puts it off the glass for 2 more. It's Mack time at the final 4. And timeout VCU. It's their biggest deficit of the entire tournament. Not made a basket for 3.5. Skeen wins that streak.
Well done.
And 1.
Butler will play through Shelvin Mack.
Mack fades away, rattles home again.
With Theus all defenders.
Mack has scored Butler's last 10 points. Rodriguez sends it home from three.
Not a lot of offense out here for the Bulldogs. Van Zandt can get his own shot, though.
Here it is. Yes! He heard the call.
He did. The threat of the drive, and he can stop on a dime and go straight up.
And for Butler, it's always about finding one or two other guys besides Howard and Mack as Theus gets into the lane for the two.
And that's why you play
On either side for over 3 minutes.
Might be Mack time, though. Especially with a big guy on him.
Well, he goes to the corner instead. Van Zandt. Three! Huge three by Sean Van Zandt. Keep him off the floor in the defensive end here. As Steen puts up the... And one! We got a chance for the 4-point play.
Hey, it's not rocket science, folks.
Van Zandt with 8 to shoot. The baseline fade away. No. Howard with a follow-up. The same shot he ended the game against ODU with.
Got to guard the three-point line here if you're Butler. VCU will pull the trigger quickly.
Howard had to back off and still gets the rebound. And a foul against VCU. He's 7 of 8 for the game.
9 of its last 10 NCAA tournament games, and in 8 of those they trailed. And same thing here tonight.
Tremendous poise. VCU has to get it up quickly, attack the rim, or get a good look at the three quick.
Monsell, no, that's a turnover.
Neither one of these coaches miss much, do they?
No, they don't miss a thing. They really don't. They're sharp.
Announcing this week at the Final Four, they're expecting their first child in September.
Such a great run, but they believed they were going to win Monday night. And now the dream's over.
They look at the teams they took out, including Kansas. They had every reason to dream that big as Steen dunks it off the pass from Rodriguez and a timeout by the Rams.
And got contributions, I think, Steve, from more people from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah. Every single close game is just remarkable.
Gets them both. Theus. Rodriguez. The goal has it. And this final score is not going to be indicative of how close this game really was or felt.
Matt Howard stepped up. Jamie Skeen, Bradford Burgess. And then you need those X factors to arrive.
Van Zandt's 8 quick points to me, and you talked about them, Clark. Those were the key points in the second half.
Burgess finally hits a shot from the floor. His first basket since 13 minutes remain in the first half. Well, guess what? Butler says, let's do it again. We'll see you Monday night. And it lands in the hands of who else? Kemba Walker. Presented today with the Bob Cousy Award for the outstanding point guard in college basketball. And off the ground, it's picked up by Olander. It looked like it was going to be a turnover. Couldn't finish. 2-on-1 for the Bulldogs. Mack takes it in and off the front of the rim. Chased down by Van Zandt.
Perhaps the length of Lamb again bothering Mack.
Stoll's got the three, and that's huge. He's been only 1 of 13.
As Jim mentioned, he had only made 1 of 13 in the tournament, and he's a 35% three-point shooter coming into the tournament.
Oriaki, Smith behind him. In the paint, puts it up. Yes! Alex Oriaki, the sophomore. The guard, number 5, in the far right corner. Connecticut now has missed its last 8 shots. Howard, he needs a 3, hasn't had one in Houston. Now he does. After missing his first 6 from Saturday.
These bigs really don't want to stray from the hoop. If Howard can make a couple, it'll open up some of those driving lanes for Shelvin Mack and Van Zandt.
Oriaki gets this soft roll, and again, that was after 8 straight misses by. He can't get that first one to drop. Oriaki with an impressive board. Defy driving in and right to the basket. It's Niels Gaffai.
The pain and disappointment of coming so close to getting the national champion.
For Connecticut, for Akwandu and Howard, what we heard him say at the opening. That's how he felt about it, that near Hollywood finish of a year ago. And back here they are, trying to get it tonight.
Yeah, same movie, they just want a different ending.
Walker on the board now with his first 2 of the night.
Well, if they set that screen, excuse me, sure did, an 8-0 run that was huge.
Howard, long rebound to Walker. He takes it inside and draws the foul. He's heading to the line. Kimball Walker, who averaged 24 a game on the season. Final 4 teams. This one, he finally gets one to drop. On the women's championship, go to NCAA.com.
Well, I caught the whole Notre Dame game, and Skylar Diggins was fantastic. And I caught the tail end of the Texas A&M win.
UConn, you've kept them away from a field goal to this point. Butler plays well when they're playing poorly.
That's right.
Better than anybody in.
Holmes McDaniel. Akwandu. This time he's not going to let go of it. You got Mack out, you got Howard out. The 2 primary scorers for Butler.
Well, we saw them play pretty good basketball in the same scenario.
Stegall says, I'll be the one to pick it up.
How about UConn? They were 1 for 12 from the three-point line the other night. 0 for 4 tonight. Kimball Walker gets the jumper to go, but
who lead it at 17-16. Akwandu back to Gaffai, stuck underneath. Ball squirts out to Beverly. Now there's unexpected production. Mack weaving through traffic, lost it, but Smith is there. Mack. Yes, with a 3, and that was his first jumper after getting the free throw earlier. You were right.
Yeah, he rushed it, I thought. Yeah.
5 to go. Will Butler have the lead at halftime? Mack with a long-range shot. Yes! Butler at the buzzer.
high pick and rolls with Kimball Walker.
Stegall chases down his missed 3. And again, Butler's only made 2. 1 2-point shot. Oh, look at Stegall. He's got 3 of them.
How about
from the outside? For 2, the cool freshman.
2-point shot for Chase Stegall was an extra possession for Butler.
Walker over Van Zandt. And Walker comes out with a big first shot of the second half.
And the length of Lamb bothered Mack on that shot.
Napier, pass Smith, underneath, lost control, and Olander saves it, feeds Lamb, and here comes Jeremy Lamb. Second foul on Howard, Walker at the line. Kimball Walker again going to the break, which was his second.
Jim, I think every family member is.
It's always difficult as you look at the shooting. First half, second half for Butler. When you take a look at the fact that some good shots have been missed, a number of shots have been challenged, and there's Alex Oriaki.
Mack able to come back out with it. That pass stolen. Lamb on his way.
And then going inside to Oriaki a couple of times as well.
Lamb gets it right back. Left open, baseliner, and Jeremy Lamb.
He has really stepped on the gas pedal.
Being able to pick and pop and make a couple of threes to open up this defense. It just hasn't happened.
There's a 2-point basket.
Sean Van Zandt.
Butler in this half on his own, 9-6.
Well, the way things are going, maybe we'll have the...
Feels like a much larger cushion for Connecticut here. And this is where UConn can really exploit its advantage with Lamb trying to beat the guy with Stegall.
Napier to Lamb for 2 more. Lamb with Pond defending, bounce pass, Walker lays it up and it goes.
Unlike some of the other ones they've missed, that had no chance.
Yaki bangs home the baseliner.
I'll tell you what.
Norad, look at this. Now they got a 3-on-2 from behind. Walker chasing him. Mack, maybe he'll get him going right here. No. And Smith converts on the putback.
Finally.
Half-minute stretch between hoops. And a foul on Mack. Basket by Oriaki. And we have a break in the action. Both of his parents were born in Nigeria. I remember Howard to shoot two. He's made more free throws than any player in Butler history. Butler Bulldog after his days at Milan, and there is.
You see a lot of holes. We've seen a couple of holes because, again, to your point, Steve, Butler has not typically played this kind of defense.
It's just not who they are.
Yeah.
Look at that body. Over in Greece, where he's playing ball. Been Skyping his younger brother during the tournament to keep up with him. Encourage him. Outside Van Zandt. He's got an open three, and he hits it.
Napier made a mistake there.
Gafai makes the first.
Calhoun. He averaged 26 a game.
2 minutes to go. Step back, three, yes, Mack. Lamb, and we get another one. Work, and his main theme is usually the A game. He talks about attitude, academics, and athletics. And his son came into that locker room with the A game, didn't he, after halftime? Mack hits a three. So hold on a minute with 1:39 to play.
In the comfort zone for UConn. And they were the ones he made again.
Gets them both, and his mother, Andrea. His first was in St. Petersburg in '99.
That he sits in now. Sure.
All-time three.
All-time
At least
with
three. Home in Indianapolis, 6 miles from their campus. But instead, the Huskies shut them down in the second half here in Houston. And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.